So if you've ever asked the question, why do people do what they do and why aren't they doing more of what I want them to do? Well, then this video is for you. So I'm Salt Garrison. I'm a human behavioral specialist and I work with people just like you, giving them the skills and the strategies necessary to lead them to greater freedom and abundance and joy in their life. So when we talk about why do people do what they do, well, it all comes down to this concept of values. And the ancient Greeks actually called this axiology, which is a really fancy word for the study of value and worth. So the very first piece when you're trying to understand why you're doing what you're doing or why other people are doing what they're doing is to understand values. Now, when I'm talking about values, I'm not talking about morals like God and country and family, but those things might be part of your values. I'm also not talking about social idealisms like freedom and justice and happiness, right? I'm literally talking about how you prioritize your life. Your life will demonstrate your values, the things that are most important to you. So connection is my number one value, so I do things to connect with people. Learning and teaching are also my next two highest values. And so I do a lot of teaching and a lot of learning, hence this video, right? Now, you won't see me working on a car. You won't see me engaged very much in political conversation because those are not in my values. So just take a look at right now and go, what does your life demonstrate that's most important to you? Maybe it's around health, or maybe it's around family, or maybe it's around building wealth or business, whatever that might be. Those are some of your values. Now, when it comes to why are they doing what they're doing? It's because as human beings, we will choose in favor of our highest values. We will choose in actions that actually we perceive are going to support our highest values. So if health and nutrition are important to me, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat healthy. And if you're like, why do they keep going to the gym and why aren't they spending more time at home? Well, it's probably because they have a higher value on health and fitness than they do on being home with the family. Now, you might go, oh my gosh, that's horrible. They should put a higher value on their family. And this is where the conflict comes in. So again, it's really, really important that you understand that no two people have the same highest values. You have your values, they have their values. If you are trying to get their values, trying to change their values and make them look more like yours, you're going to end up in conflict. So the very first piece to understand when you're going, why are they doing that? Whatever that might be, as messed up as that might be according to you, you have to look at it and go, they are choosing in favor of their values. And a wise person might actually go, I wonder what values that they have. Now, understand that anyone or anything that supports your highest values, you're going to call them a friend. You're going to want to hold them close. You're going to call them good, right? But anyone or anything that challenges your highest values, you're going to go, oh my gosh, they're horrible, they're an enemy, I'm going to push them away. So just realize that if their behavior supports your values, you're like, oh my gosh, they're so wonderful. And if they challenge your values, you're going, oh my gosh, that's horrible. So when you're looking at why are they doing what they're doing and that's horrible to you, go, what values of mine are they challenging? What is it about me that they're inside that they're challenging? So really, really understand values. When you understand values, it opens up this huge window to understanding all of human behavior and why people do what they do and why you do what you do. Now, here's the second piece about why is this happening or why do people do this? And again, it comes back down to you. As much as we want to make it about them, it's actually about you. And here's the deal. So whatever we infatuate with, whatever we are so enamored with, oh my gosh, that person is so beautiful, or oh my gosh, that'd be so wonderful. Whatever we're infatuated with eludes us. And whatever we fear, oh my gosh, I don't want this to happen, whatever we fear, we draw near. Isn't that interesting? And this is the design of the universe. And people go, well, why is that? I don't know. I didn't design the universe, but this, according to research and study and my own conclusions and my own research, shows that this is just the design of the universe. Is that whatever we're infatuated with will elude us, and whatever we fear, we draw near. So if you're fearing rejection, from your boss or coworkers or wherever, you're more likely to experience that. And going, why are they doing that? Well, they might be doing that to help you balance in your infatuations and your fears, so that you're not overly infatuated and you're not overly fearful. You see, the ultimate bottom line of the universe is about equilibrium. It's about balance. The will of God is equilibrium. And so when you start to look at how is this, whatever this behavior is that they're doing, how is it also helping me to balance me? That'll give you some insight into why are they doing what they're doing. Now, I'm going to give you one last little bonus piece just real quick. There are over 4,700 different human traits, and the fact is that we have all of them. And that means like lazy and caring and loving and kind and mean and cruel, all of them. And so when we see a behavior in someone else that's irritating or agitating, it's typically because we're not owning that trait for ourselves. If you go, oh my gosh, that person is so rude over there, I can't stand it, right? I would invite you to take a look at it and go, where am I rude? And you might go, oh, I'm never rude, all right? Methinks the lady protests too much, in the words of Shakespeare. But take a look and go, where am I reflecting that same behavior? If you spot it, you got it, and if you own it, it won't bother you. So those are the three concepts that I really want you to kind of understand when you're going, why do people do what they do? The first one is around values. The second one is around attraction. You're attracting the opposite of, if you're infatuated or if you're fearful, you're attracting the opposite of that. And the third one is to understand that we all share the same human traits. If you spot it, you got it. So own it so it doesn't affect you. Thank you so much for paying attention to this, and subscribe. Keep in touch so that you can learn more about how to elevate your life and become more a master and have greater empowerment, have freedom, have that abundance, and have that joy that we all are searching for in our lives. I'll see you next time.